distribute it to our clients or our team or whoever we want to distribute it to. And that's really, really easy to do on Diamond Tree. The simplest way to distribute something on Diamond Tree is just if I have one item to distribute. So I'm just trying to distribute a gem to whoever I want to distribute it to. You'll notice these gems have a gear on them. So this is the content in my content. So this is my content that I either created or made a copy of. But also if I go to added content, so this is content I added from the Diamond Tree catalog, you can see you can distribute from here as well. So maybe I didn't care about customizing anything. I just wanted to distribute content as is. If I got it from the Diamond Tree catalog, I can do that. And I click on this gear and choose link to gem. And we're gonna do that with our content as well. But I just want to show you that you can do it this and link to gem to do that. But going back up here, so I want to distribute this content. I'm going to click on this gear and choose link to gem. And all I do is copy this link and distribute it. So I send it to email or whoever I want, or however I'm going to send it. And then here, let's say these are my clients, they get it. This is what they see when they get this link. They'll get a screen like this. Sign up or log in. Sign up if they don't have an account, log in if they do. Completely free, or if they sign up, it'll just say, hey, it's free. And then as soon as they sign up or log in, they're in your content. And then as they're in your content and they go through assessment questions, then that activity you will be able to track. So that is, but it just is, this is how simple it is for them and how simple it is for you to distribute content to them. So one thing about this is you notice these are people that I've shared the link with and they've signed in. And so you can see if any of these people I didn't want to have them to share it with them anymore, I could just click on their name and then all of a sudden they will lose access to it. And then if I wanted to prevent them from just using the same link again to connect, I can always just change this link. So if the link gets out to places you don't want it to and you want to cut off new people's access to it, just hit change link. Last thing is under this advanced settings, for the most part, you're going to require a login because you want to track the activity. You want to track how people are interacting with your content. There might be some cases in which you just want to put content out there that isn't designed to be interacted with, like kind of like a informational web page of some kind or something like that. In which case you can choose do not prompt to log in. And then when you do that, the person will just immediately see the content. It doesn't matter if they have an account, they won't be prompted to log in. But obviously that doesn't work well if you have content that has assessment questions in it. And then provide the option to log in is the same idea, except they can log in or they can decide to skip the login and just kind of continue as a guest. But for the most part, you're just going to keep this as require login because you want to see how people are using and accessing your content. Okay, so that's the really simple case. I have one piece of content that I need to distribute to others. The other thing we're going to go over is the second case, which is either I need to distribute more than one piece of content to somebody, or I need to distribute a piece of content, but I need to create sort of different groups so that I can group people together and keep them separate from one another. So let's say I was dealing with a workshop, and there's a spring workshop and a fall workshop, and I wanted to keep track of who's in the spring workshop and who's the fall workshop. That's exactly the type of thing you'd use collections for. So under my left-hand nav here, I can see under distribute, I have collections and catalogs, and I'm going to click on collections. And we're just going to hop into one of these collections to see what a collection looks like. Collection has a title, a description, and it has one or more gems inside of it. Okay, and we're just going to create something a lot like this. And I'm going to choose new collection. And I'm just going to call this test collection. Maybe I'll capitalize that. And I'll say this is a test collection. Click on it to go inside of it. I'm going to add a background image. And we're going to go with the mountains. So that will give me sort of a mountain background banner image. And then I want to click on this to add gems to the collection. So I'm just going to click on a few Okay, and maybe I want, just like in my example, I want kind of two different rows that are separate from one another. And I'll say, sorry, I want to do add folder here. And I'm just going to call this you would call this whatever you wanted, but just for demonstration purposes. Then I can see the first folder's name appears when I have more than one. I'm just going to make that folder 1. You can categorize these however you want to categorize them. And then in folder 2, add or remove gems. Same thing, adding these gems. So what someone's going to see, so if I go to the menu here and do link to collection, I can copy this link and send it out just like I send out the link to the gem. And what they're going to see is something like this. Okay, and they hit access for free, and they can sign up or they can log into an existing account. Again, totally free for them. And when they do that, they'll have access to all of this different content. Now, sometimes you want to allow someone to preview the content before they decide to add it. In order to do that, go to the menu here, you choose add or remove preview pages. And these are all the pages that are in the gems that are in this collection. You just kind of choose whichever ones you want to allow someone to preview. So they're going to be able to preview those 3 pages. And then when I come back here, again, this is the view from the person who's getting the link that I'm sending. They now have this preview button, and they can see, oh, okay, I get what this is. And then they say, oh yeah, this is the type of thing that I want to add. And then they decide to access that for free, and they log in or sign up. So that is how you make a collection. Again, the point of a collection is 2 things. In this case, I'm distributing more than one thing. But sometimes it's not that I need to distribute more than one thing. I only have one thing to distribute, but I need to group people, and I need to keep track of who's in what group. That's the other reason you use collections. So in this case, I have a spring 2021 and fall 2021 workshop, and I want to keep both those groups separate. So when they answer questions in the content, and those questions are going to show up on a response report, and I don't want everybody mixed together. I want to be able to sort who's who. This is how I do it. I do more than one collection, and then I send out the link to the collection rather than that link from the gem itself.